And Morocco are taking over the headlines this week with new lockdown laws and new agreements forging. But in the background, Israel's ties with Bahrain continue to flourish. The deputy mayor of Jerusalem, Fleur Hassan-Nahoum, was there last week looking for new opportunities for Israel to mark this new era in the Middle East. Now let's go live to Fleur, who just came back from Bahrain in light of Israel's new travel restrictions. Thank you so much for joining us.
Lovely to be here.
So I know before this, you also spent time in the UAE and you created the Israel-UAE Business Council. What was the purpose of your trip, and do you have plans to create something similar in Bahrain?
So from the very beginning, you know, a lot of Emiratis and a lot of Israelis were extremely excited about the potential of peace. And not just the potential of peace in terms of, you know, the political leadership signing an agreement, but also the potential for peace in terms of what it could do for people, the mutual prosperity that it could bring. And what we found was that people were really excited about talking culture and business, etc., but they didn't have that infrastructure. And so what we wanted to do is build a platform and build the infrastructure for people to start talking to each other, for people to start doing business together, because we truly believe that when people do business together, this is when they build trust, they get to know each other's cultures. And so it was a very, very important part of the peace building. As you know, we have here a very different peace. We have a warm peace within our country for the first time ever. You know, we've had peace for decades with Jordan and Egypt, but ultimately it never really trickled down to people. And we are in an unprecedented moment in history. And so myself and my co-founder, Dorian Barak, who've been friends for many, many years, decided that we wanted to build the UAE Israel Business Council. He's a businessman who's been doing business in the region for about 10 years. And so he saw this coming. He's been telling me for about 2 years. This is the new frontier. And so we built this platform. We have over 3,000 people, and it's going very well. We provide a lot of value, a lot of content. We've put together some matches, some deals. And I went last week to Bahrain to see whether there is a similar desire over there to engage in business with Israel and to engage in a warm peace. And I really was very excited by what I found.
All right, well, on a slightly different note, I'm sure you are aware that yesterday the first direct commercial flight took off from Tel Aviv to Rabat in Morocco following the announcement that they would join the Abraham Accords. Now, I know you are of Moroccan descent, and I wonder how you felt reading about that.
Well, I think, you know, there's a lot of Moroccans in Israel. My mother's originally from Tangiers. I still have family in Morocco. My family have been doing business with Muslims in Tangiers, with Moroccans for many, many years. And so for me, this is really just an incredible moment where I could always go to Morocco because I've got British passport, but to go with my Israeli passport to Morocco, which is where my mother, my grandmother was born, I'm really thrilled and I can't wait to go. Maybe we'll create a Morocco-Israel Business Council. Who knows?
Well, when you do it, we will definitely interview about it. Thank you so much for coming on the show today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.